are. Ooh.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Game one went to Team Ice and XPeke, but now it's time for game two. So starting, battling on the blue side, the greatest North American top laner from Korea. He only needs the words top die, and that's all he's gonna need this time around. It's Impact!
Y representando al equipo chino, Deadwar Gaming, que no se engañe su tamaño, tenemos a Mouse.
All right, gentlemen, lock and load. Good luck.
This matchup, stylistically, a man known for top die in the sense of doing it upon others, and Mouse left alone on that top lane island.
And had a obviously pretty rough group stage in the World Championship where things went downhill for him, and especially on like one of his like signature picks that I actually thought if he was gonna have a little bit of fun here, he's gonna play like Irelia. He's 9-1 all-time record on it. Only lost one game, INTC at Worlds, where he got destroyed.
I mean, things are looking up for him. There is no jungler to camp him. It
Very
is actually
true.
just 1v1. He is in full control of his own destiny.
But he is playing against one of the best 1v1 players in North America, so that is obviously super, super tough for him. He also needs like redemption almost after.
It's a bad item, 1v1.
Well, maybe you should try and rush it. Sadly, you never get one full item in the 1v1 map. It's just Doran's Blades and maybe like a cloth armor.
There is a cap on the Doran's Blades. Only 2 are allowed to be purchased. These guys rushed into game. We see what's happening.
We threw away the overlay, guys. We're back to a more simple version. And Kenan is banned. This guy gets it, man. He plays some 1v1s.
This guy bans. Yasuo is out of the table as well. Jason Varus. Jason, really good champion in proximity, but wasn't really played or banned that much, I feel, in IWCA.
I think a lot of the like mechanically very gifted mid laners would love to play like a lot of Jace in a matchup like this or in a mode like this. Kalista was something that kind of came out of nowhere in the IWCA 1v1s, especially introduced by Southeast Asia, who's obviously still here.
I wonder if these guys are aware that they can have a look-see on the screen, because it's blind pick, but there's literally a giant monitor hanging right next to their face.
There's nothing blind about this. There's nothing blind, unless you don't want to look to the side and you really want to be surprised.
That's also like one of these like internal metas that will develop, is the bait and switches at the end. Especially champion-wise, if there's counters. Ezreal is a pretty generic pick.
He's good.
It would disappoint me to see Impact play Ziggs.
Yeah, I mean, again, I kind of want to see 2 bruisers here and like a level 2, level 3 all in against each other. So like Irelia coming in then. But we get an AD carry. It's a Lucian. The MVP pick of last year's 1v1. Definitely not as strong now, though, compared to last year.
Much, much weaker. The fact like...
Oh, Olaf, there's a bruiser.
Yeah. Could be Snowball Olaf, honestly.
Has to be almost. Like, you need either Ghost or Snowball to close the gap against this Lucian, because you're gonna get pushed in.
Yeah.
And then once you have enough levels, you can then like kind of chase down the entire lane before he gets to his tower. So you need like a different summoner spell.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the screen here. Obviously, we're standing here, but these guys have about 10 seconds left to choose their summoners. It looks like the Lucian is going for heal and barrier. Honestly, you know, you don't need offensive. You just need to survive the all-in, kite the Olaf, and get the hell out of dodge, and hopefully you can turn it around. It is Exhaust Ignite on the side of Impact, so that is literally one shot.
No, he changed. He got Ghost. Ghost, okay.
At the very end.
Interesting enough, going Ghost over Snowball. I guess it can be really difficult hitting the Snowball against a Lucian who can just dash out of it. So Ghost allows him at least to just chase like through the entire lane. But you're never going to remove that tower, because then the game is over.
Yeah, it's more security if you fight in the river, because also if you proc the Snowball, the second part of it, and Lucian dashes out right after, and you somehow miss your axe,
and then it's
definitely over. So that's definitely something you want to look for. But overall, this is a matchup where Mouse wants to push, but he has to tread very carefully.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to see like the 80 carries against the bruisers quite a bit in this tournament. And every single time is like the same way it's going to get played out. The 80 carry will push and get CS advantage and try and win on 100 CS. And the bruiser wants to try and all in after he has a few levels under his belt.
Oh, wow. He's actually going Corruption Potion. Definitely.
Is he insane, or is he a
There's a fine line between courage and stupidity. Let's see where Impact is at. I guess he just wants to sustain. So
yes.
The problem in 1v1s in poor matchups that require all in is that you get put in a deficit. Obviously now you can just put an axe in Mouse's face, sidestep. The problem is that you can eat such a large CS deficit early that when you all in, you're just an item down, like a component at least.
Right, I mean, like a Doran's Blade or something like that. Sure, luckily you only need to farm like around the 500 gold to go back and get that one item. And in 1v1s like these, you never see a fully completed item. And getting to 100 CS as well, it takes quite a lot of time. Which means there is enough time to get like level 6, 7, 8 for someone like Olaf, and then really go for the all-in. But already at level 3, his damage output should be equal to what Mouse has.
Yep.
Problem is, he's against a barrier and he has a ghost, which doesn't add any combat value.
I definitely want to wait until maybe level 5. Or honestly do 2 all-ins, one where you pop the summoners, what we see very often. Mouse here, he got control early. Basically you want to queue through. Oh, Impact is actually going in.
Oh, he's going with the Axis level 1 spam!
There's minions hitting him plus exhaust.
Oh, Impact, he realized, okay, I got minions on me, I'm not winning this trade, he still has barrier.
But honestly, he's about to get level 2 poked anyways, with Mouse dashing in aggressively with a level advantage. So he kept the trade on level 1 versus level 1. He burned equal summoners. Honestly, I think it was a pretty smart from Impact, because now the Corruption Potion is ticking in as well.
We'll have more sustain for himself. Mouse obviously can try and get a little bit of HP back with just auto-attacking the minions. But the fact that there's still a barrier means that Impact really has to be careful if he tries to all-in. There's a lot of minions as well.
Yeah, and we see the kind of practice here, what you want to do as well with AoE abilities. You want to last hit a minion, or hit a minion at least for the push.
Take the heal. There we go.
And you always want to make sure that you hit the enemy champion as well there. Double dibs rather. While you push, you want to be poking him. Mouse does it well. He's got a CS advantage. It would be stupid for him to be bold, because he can back and always get more items.
Yeah, and now, you know, while the engage from Impact made sense and he could then sustain with Corruption Potion, Mouse had really good timing on the Relic obviously spawning and being right next to it, so he picked that one up, still had the defensive summoner ready, and now with Warlord's Bloodlust as well on an 80 carry. When you drop low, it's a bit like when Olaf drops low, yeah, you get a little bit stronger in that sense, because you can then sustain back up very, very easily, and now you get that double Dorans against just a longsword.
But that's what we are always going to see, is an inherent kind of small gold advantage in this 80 carry versus Bruiser matchup early on, because the 80 carry will get the push, which means you poke him on a tower. The Bruiser cannot sustain himself. In fact, right now he's taking away the Relic. That's good. But he is down an extra item in essence, because it's a sword on each side, a sustain item, and then an additional Dorns on the side of Mouse.
And Impact will have to wait for his summoners again. Yep. So Mouse knows there's a bit of time here where he can just keep like farming and pushing. See if he can poke Impact low as well, or at least get him down to like a 50%. So he really has to be careful when he tries to all in. So overall, Mouse is in a very good spot at the moment. Just can't really start sleeping and suddenly get caught by too many axes.
Yeah, it is just the second Impact decides to pick up one of those axes and chain them together. That's when Mouse needs to realize he's in a lot of trouble. So watch him keep the maximum distance, hopefully for him. But Lucian is a pretty short-range 80 carry that can get baited in by an Olaf.
Luckily for Mouse though, again, if he always like saves the dash, if he knows, okay, right now Impact can't engage because there's so many minions, you can dash aggressively. Otherwise, you save it. The first axe that flies at you, you dodge that one, and then you can actually start kiting backwards and wait for either tower or more minions to be there.
And we saw Mouse do exactly that at the end of the previous wave. Once it was done, he knew Impact couldn't fight back in a full wave of minions, so he just did an EQ combo with double tap on each end.
Just a few seconds on exhaust now for Impact. He's landed a little bit of poke onto Mouse. Is down a level at the moment, but will catch up very, very soon.
I think level 5 is the way to go for Impact, because otherwise he'll trail too far behind on CS. Level 6, Lucian gets culling, which is really good in short range. So we might see Impact go for another all-in. The second hits level 5. There he goes.
Ghosting for him. Mouse is exhausted, actually. There's a Relic behind him, but can he get to it?
Is it enough?
Oh, it is against the tower.
Not enough.
Not enough barrier. It's a tower.
Is it enough?
Oh my god!
That was exactly the breaking point, because imagine if there was a culling while he was kiting backwards in that exchange. Impact with the genius timing, he knew. And Mouse, honestly, too close. Level 5 Olaf, this matchup, when you're 20 CS up, you know he's gonna come for you.
And he didn't get to dodge any of the axes. He took all the damage he possibly could have taken there. Impact made it harder for himself, especially around level 3, where he did have a few issues and lost that Relic stack, and he was down like an item as well. But Mouse, when it really mattered, when the actual all-in happened, didn't manage to play 100% perfect, and then he ends up back. It's so close, like he got on the tower again.
Super close. So he felt comfortable with the barrier bait on the turret, but the problem is Olaf, when he gets lower, gets stronger. And you also saw it in the cadence of the corruption potions. He popped up until the very end, so he started the fight with full HP. Here's the barrier, but at this point, Impact, one lost hit.
Yeah, and another little critique, he didn't actually manage to absorb full amount of damage with the barrier. It was just a tiny bit in the end. Because he wanted to bait with it, obviously.
And he stepped sideways instead of just trailing under turret. Maybe if it was a couple more milliseconds, the next turret shot could have finished off Impact. There's a lot of what-ifs. We're analyzing the replay here.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, in the moment, it's scary for sure. A lot of stuff is going on. I think he knew, okay, he's waiting for the summoner spells.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Impact probably thought it. And Mouse, for sure, did the same. And as soon as he got hit by that one axe, Ghost was popped, chase happened, and yeah, again, what ifs, you know? What if he just keep running past the tower as well and doesn't actually stop to start hitting, and then he's winning on CS because it was 40 to 20 CS.
Yeah, if that all-in fails, it's over because, again, Lucian can walk backwards while using culling, which means you gain yourself at least an additional 1.5 tower shots, and then Olaf just simply can't dive that.
Risky choice from Impact, but well executed in the end with the Bruisers. It's always like 80 carries are considered the strongest, but Bruisers can kill 80 carries if you time the all-in correct.
Yeah.
And we're going to see things like Tom Kench as well at some point, because if he gets onto that 80 carry, he has enough damage to take him down.
Ironically, these guys are so tanky, but because their base damages are high enough to kill the marksmen who are super squishy, it becomes a brute force effect. You need to close the gap. That's why Snowball is so popular on them. 80 carries want to win, honestly, by racking up a lot of items. Maybe if it's like an AP matchup, you can go for the Hex Drinker, which allows you to do better in all-ins.
Also, the 80 carries tend to be able to out-sustain whoever they're playing against, because with like Warlords, and they can just sit there and be like, okay, we had a trade. Well, now I can just safely range attack all these minions, and you have to be super careful, otherwise I can like kill you. So definitely some advantages there, but in the end, the all-in, it worked.
And I mean, it is just the perfect level as well, because the value of minions kind of falls off over time as well. If you go all-in level 1 or 2 into a full minion wave, you're going to die. Level 5, 6, later on, minions still do damage, but it isn't as punishing if you keep the kind of the timing window where you engage in short. You just got to kill somebody in 4 seconds, otherwise the minions will start mattering.
Sure. And in this game here, we got to see why a lot of the people playing Bruisers don't really care about falling behind in CS. Because this was 20 to 40 CS, and they were level 5 already. So you can really start having these crazy fights. It's so rare you get the full 100 CS, unless both seem to agree on the 100 CS, or one of the Bruisers literally cannot engage.
But it's kind of a rock, paper, scissor meta as well. If you look at then the likes of Anastasis will never die to an all-in either, and they'll just keep farming.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, let's toss it up to the stage, because we got more one-on-ones, Krepo.